Welcome students, greetings of the day. We have reached almost in the mid of your semester where we are about to start our Unit 3. Unit 3 is basically having two parts. First is your budgets and budgetary control, and in the second part we will be studying standard costing and variance analysis. So let us begin with the first part of your Unit 3 today, that is budgets and budgetary control. First of all, let us try and understand the meaning of the term budget. It refers to a plan for your future activities, relating to a definite future period of time and expressed in monetary or you can say quantitative terms. That you may express quantity. Like we can have a sales budget in the terms of money, like we can have the expected sales of rupees 5 lakh per month, and on the other hand we can have it in the quantitative terms as well, that we can decide upon the number of units, like suppose 1000 units targeted to be sold every month. So it can be expressed in monetary or quantitative or even both ways. As per CIMA London, budget is defined as a financial or a quantitative statement prepared prior to a defined period of time of the policy to be pursued during that period for the purpose of attaining the given objective. The target is to attain the objectives of the organization. Every organization has one or the other objective to meet upon. So the main purpose to perform this activity is to attain the objectives. It may include income, expenditure, and employment of capital. If I move further, we can have more of the definitions of a business budget in terms of other authors. Like I have quoted here for Gordon Schillinglaw, a business budget is a predetermined detailed plan of action developed and distributed as a guide to current operations and as a partial basis for the subsequent evaluation of the performance. A plan is set up, and then you check out that the particular plan or the target has been met or not. In the terms of Brown and Howard, a business is a predetermined statement of management policy during a given period, which provides a standard for comparison with the results actually achieved. So, according to him, what we do, we have a standard. We set a standard, and according to that standard, we match our performance. Basically, your controlling process, planning and controlling. Now, let us have a look to certain characteristics that this term budget can have, a business budget can have. First, it is primarily a planning device. It actually serves as a basic purpose for the performance of evaluation and control, that whether the planning that has been laid down is being achieved or not. Second characteristic that we can discuss here, that it is prepared either in terms of money or quantitative terms or in both. We have just discussed that in detail with example. Third, a business is prepared for a definite feature of time, like for a month, for a quarter, or half yearly, or for an annual year. Annually, we prepare the budgets. So it depends on the requirement. The purpose of a budget, then we can discuss that it is basic purpose is to implement the policies which are formulated by the management for the attainment of the given objectives. Then let us move towards the process of budgeting. The act of preparing budgets is called budgeting. In the words of J. Beatty, the entire process of preparing a budget is only known as budgeting. So it is, budget is a noun and budgeting is a action word, you can say. If we move further, we need to understand the term budgetary control. It is a system of controlling costs through preparation of budgets. Budgeting is thus only a part of the budgetary control. According to CIMA London, budgetary control is the establishment of budgets relating to the responsibilities of executives of a policy and the continuous comparison of the actual with the budgeted results, either to secure by the individual action of the objective of the policy or to provide a basis of its revision. Now let us have a look to certain characteristics of budgetary control. First is establishment of budgets. Like for each function, for each department, we need to establish or lay down a budget. Then we perform comparison of the actual performance with the targeted budgeted performance. Third, analysis of variations of actual performance from that of the budgeted performance to know the reasons, the known reasons behind the laggings. Then taking suitable remedial action wherever it is necessary to fill those gaps. Then revision of budgets in view of changes in conditions. Further, we need to study the difference between the terms forecast and budget. If I define forecast, forecast is basically a prediction of what may happen as a result of the given circumstances. So it is an assessment of some probable future events, whereas budget is a planned exercise to achieve a target. So it is based on some pros and cons of the forecast. So forecast thus precedes the preparation of budgets. Means we forecast and then we prepare the budgets. So if I distinguish it between, have a look to it. Budgets relate to planned activities, whereas forecasts are probable activities. Budgets are being a form, they are formal business plans, can be prepared only by the authorized management, but forecasts can be done by anybody, even an outsider can forecast. Budget is basically a tool to control, whereas forecast is just simply an anticipation of events. Forecasting is a prerequisite of budgeting, while budgeting is not a prerequisite of forecasting. Budgets relate to economic activities of business, enterprises, government, or others. Forecasts may relate to economic as well as non economic activities like weather forecasting, stock market forecasting, or so. Now, let us move towards an important concept, that is objectives of budgetary control. First is planning. Plan, is a course of action for a business over a definite period of time. So detailed plans are drawn up relating to production, sales, raw material requirement, labor needs, advertisements, sales promotion, etc. Then coordination. Budgeting aids managers in coordinating their efforts so that the objectives of the organization as a whole harmonize with the objectives of its divisions. Then communication. Budget is a communication device because the approved budget copies are distributed to the management people for that, which helps them to provide not only the adequate understanding, but they would have the knowledge of the program and the policies that they need to follow. But it also gives them an alert about the restrictions to be adhered to, that what are the rules and regulations that they need to stick to. Then we have motivation. A budget is a useful device for motivating managers to perform in line with the company objectives. Then control. Control is necessary to ensure that plans and objectives as laid down in the budgets are being achieved. If there are any gaps, they are being found out by comparing the plan and the actual performance. Then performance evaluation. A budget provides a useful like method or means of informing managers that how well they are performing in meeting the targets they have previously helped to set. So in many companies there is a practice of rewarding employees on the basis of their achieving the budget targets, or the promotion of a manager may be linked to his budget achievement record. So this is performance evaluation. Then further, we need to have a look to certain advantages of budgetary control here in this video. Till now you must have got the idea that budgeting helps the managers, or you can say compels the manager to think ahead, to anticipate and prepare for the changing conditions. It Budgeting coordinates the activities of various departments and functions of the business. It increases the production efficiency, eliminates waste and control of costs. It pinpoints efficiency or lacks of it. Budgetary control aims at maximization of profits through careful planning and controlling. It provides as a tool to measure, or you can say a yardstick against which actual results can be compared. It shows management where action is needed to remedy a situation. They actually make them management acquainted with the real life situation, that what to do and what not to do. It ensures that working capital is available for the efficient operations of the business. It also helps or directs the capital expenditure in most profitable direction. It instills into all levels of management a timely, careful, and an adequate consideration of all factors before reaching important decisions. There are many. Then, if I talk about limitations, limitations are few. Let us discuss. A budget plan is based on estimates, and you know very well that budgets like forecasts or forecasting actually cannot be an exact science. So absolute accuracy therefore is not possible in forecasting and budgeting. The strengths and the weaknesses of the budgetary control system depends to a large extent on the accuracy with which the estimates are made. And estimates are just like they are they're not exact absolute figures. So while using the system, the fact that the budget is based on estimates must be kept in view because it can be misleading sometimes. There is a danger of rigidity. A budget program must be dynamic and continuously deal with the changing business conditions. Budgets will lose much of their usefulness if they acquire rigidity and are not revised with the changing circumstances. Budgeting is only a tool of management. Next limitation that we have, that it cannot take place the management, but it is just a tool of management. So budget should be regarded not as a master but as a servant actually. Sometimes it is believed that introduction of a budget program is alone sufficient to ensure its success. Execution of a budget will not occur automatically. It is necessary that the entire organization must participate enthusiastically in the program for the realization of the budgetary goals. Then sometimes it is noticed that there is opposition from staff because employees may not like to be evaluated and thus they may oppose the introduction of budgetary control system. As such, inefficient managers may even try to create difficulties in the way of introducing and operating this system. Expensive technique. This is actually an expensive technique. So the installation and operation of a budgetary control system is a costly affair, and as it requires the employment of some specialized staff, which involves other expenditures which small concerns may find it difficult to incur. Okay. Then next in this video, we have one more topic to study, that is the essentials of budgeting. There are important 10 essentials we can see. We have seen that a budgetary control system can prove successful only when certain conditions and attitudes exist, so absence of which will negate to a large extent the value of the whole budget system in any business. So on the basis of that only, I have mentioned these essentials of budgeting. First is that it is a support of top management, because if the budget system is to be successful, it must be fully supported by every member of management, and the impetus and the direction must come from the very top management. Okay. Then participation by responsible executives entrusted with the performance. Those who are interested with the performance of the budget should participate in the process so that they can set the budget figures. So this will ensure that proper implementation of budget programs is being conducted. Then we have reasonable goals. The budget figures should be realistic and must represent the reasonably attainable goals. So the responsible executives should agree that the budget goals are reasonable and attainable. Then we have clearly defined organizations. This is actually an important part, because in order to derive maximum benefits from the budget system, a well-defined responsibility center should be built up within the organization so that the controllable costs for each responsibility center should be separately shown. Then we have continuous budget education. The best way to ensure the active interest of the responsible supervisors is actually continuous budget education in respect of objectives, potential, technique of budgeting. So this may be accomplished through written manuals, meetings, etc., whereby preparation of budgets, actual results achieved, etc., may be discussed. Then adequate accounting system. This, is the backbone somewhere or other. There is a very close relationship between the budgeting and accounting. For the preparation of budgets, one has to depend upon the accounting department for reliable historical data, which primarily forms the base of all the estimates that we do. Then we have constant vigilance. This is actually necessary because reports comparing the budget and actual results should be promptly prepared, and special attention focused on significant exceptions like figures that are significantly different from those expected should also be marked. Then maximum profits. The ultimate objective of realizing maximum profit should also be kept in mind while preparing any kind of budget. So cost of system. The budget system should not cost more than it is worth. So since it is not practical to calculate exactly that what a budget system is worth, so it only implies a caution basically against adding expensive refinement unless their value clearly justifies them. Last, I can suggest integration with standard costs. When standard costing system is also used, it should be completely integrated with the budget program in respect of both budget preparation and variance analysis both. So we have begun with the unit 3 here. You must work out and check out. If you have any doubts, you may write to me. Till then, study well, take care, bye bye.